Hey guys, how's it going? I gotta say really quick, one of the fun, awkward things about vlogging in my van when I'm going different places is like right now, I am waiting for school to let out so I can pick up our extra kiddo. And it's always fun having the camera propped up as people are driving by and having other parents wondering what in the world is going on. But yeah, more and more people are finding out that this is what I do, so we'll see. Maybe the word will get around that this is actually what's going on, and I'm not some weird creepy person in a van outside the school with a camera. Now I realize just how that sounds though. Anyhow, guys, so I wanted to share some thoughts that I had, just some vlogging, because I've been keeping everybody updated with everything with Mr. Moo and all of our appointments and all of that. And the truth is we don't have answers yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start there. So this is not the answers, but I'm having some realizations and some new realities coming forward as time continues to go on. And this is nothing new, guys. I know I've heard similar things from other special needs parents over the years, and it's just something that I have to process through. And my husband and I, we were talking about it the other night even. But it kind of came forward because we were at the outdoor t-shirt sale, which if you follow me on Instagram, I have not been super active, but I did share a picture of the amount of smoke that had rolled in that day. And I had a stranger approach me and ask about Micah, and I'll get into that in a minute. Anyhow, so timeline wise though, guys, when he was tiny, like I knew from the day he was born, there was just something different. There were enough physical differences. And I was brushed off. I spent almost 4 years being brushed off and told that any of his issues or any of that, they were a result of him being the youngest and baby of the family, and the youngest of 7, and all sorts of excuses, until finally I was listened to. And even then, I don't know if my husband was quite ready to see it even himself, because it's easy to believe that, well, maybe this is it. He'll just grow out of it. It'll be fine. But I knew, and so we've spent the last year, he's been in physical therapy. We're coming up on a year now, occupational therapy when it's been available. He was in speech for a while. That is the only thing he's graduated out of at this point. But that I've kind of noticed some regressions recently. But that's kind of what he does, is he makes a lot of progress in areas and then he has regressions in other areas. I just didn't know his speech would be one. But as he's gotten older, I realized the other day that now we're officially in that phase of life where it's more obvious to others. And so this gal, well-meaning, and guys, I'm going to go ahead and say too, I don't hold hard feelings for things because people are curious and there's nothing wrong. I always tell people there's nothing wrong with asking questions as long as you do it respectfully. And you know what? She wasn't disrespectful. She waited until Shawn had taken him back to the van because it was just too many people around, too many sounds. And then, sorry about the camera there, I'm trying to shift things. And then the smoke was rolling in. So it was you could smell it, and he was starting to cough because of it, and so was I. So he was just getting overloaded. Anyhow, she approached me afterwards and she asked me if he's autistic. And guys, here's my reality too. And I told my husband this. I need to just answer yes. That's not the answer. You guys know that's not the answer if you've been following. But the simple answer would be yes, because for a stranger, it doesn't really matter. If I'm in the right position where I can give more information, maybe, but it's not necessary. But my instinct kind of at that point, I didn't know what to say, because that was kind of a first, is having a stranger approach us about why he's behaving differently, why he does different things, and why I had to keep telling him not to hug everybody who passed by, and keep apologizing to people. And I felt like somebody with a little friendly puppy, because I kept saying, I'm sorry, he's just really friendly, he's really friendly, I'm sorry, as he hugged everybody who walked by. There's some personal boundary issues that we're really working on that are new for us. And so being asked was really new for me. And instinctively, I kind of stumbled at first and then said, well, no, he doesn't have autism. He has autistic tendencies because of a genetic mutation he has, but he actually doesn't have an autism diagnosis. And she kind of started to give this dubious look. I said he's had 2 evaluations, and both concluded that no, he does not actually have autism. And then she started to, now this is, I guess this is where I was still justified in my answers, because she started to say something about, you know, only in South Dakota could a child who very clearly has autism not get an autism diagnosis. I said, well, no, it's because of his genetic mutation. It causes global delays and some of that. But at the same time, if I had just said, yep, then she would have been like, okay, I thought so. And we would have both moved on. But I have to brace myself and prepare for the fact that this is the next stage of our life. It's officially becoming apparent to others, which means that I started getting him services in time, I guess. But I have to be prepared for that, because while it is, guys, let's be honest, it's nobody else's business. But people are curious, and I'm not going to fault anybody for being curious or asking. If they're rude about it, well, I have a very sarcastic nature, and I am very good at putting people in their place subtly without them fully realizing that's what I've done. I hate to say it's a skill I've got, but it is. And it's just not something that's really easy to show you guys, though. Anyhow, unless you happen to read certain comments when I'm in a snarky mood. But when it comes to all of this stuff with Mr. Moo, though, I have to just acknowledge that it's that time. And I'm going to be getting more of that, and we need to prepare ourselves for it. And that's what Shawn and I talked about. And we both acknowledge and are aware that we can expect more of it. And then I know what comes next too. As he gets even older, we'll hit that point where people just know, because he's obviously way too old to do some of the things he does. It's definitely not behavioral. It's definitely special needs. And just nobody will ask anymore. At the same time, that's when people start to avoid those families. And that's really sad too. So guys, that's the other part of me doing this is I know what that future looks like. I have seen enough other friends, enough other people. And I think if we all take a step back and think about it, we can acknowledge the fact that as a society, that's what we do. People are curious when they're little, like trying to justify it to ourselves. Are they behaving that way because they're naughty, they're undisciplined, or is it something they can't help? If we can get that answer, then it's okay. But as they get older, and it's just clear that someone has special needs, somehow it's easier to avoid them and to not acknowledge the families. But those are the families that need the most acknowledgement, because guys, this life is exhausting. I actually just commented on that to another friend who's got a kiddo with different needs, and it's exhausting. I'm tired. There are days I need help. I don't have help. And I actually did a whole vlog that I was eaten by the memory card gremlins that I have to see if I can recover still. And it honestly, the whole video was about being a super mom or not, and how that kind of bothers me, because I'm not a super mom. I am so far from a super mom. I just do what I need to do to get things done, because if I don't do it, nobody will. And if it doesn't get done, things could fall apart. So that's all. It was a big rant about that, and honestly, I think I just summarized it in less than 30 seconds. But anyhow, guys, I think school's getting close to letting out. I just wanted to process through that with you guys and acknowledge that that's where we're at, and that this will become more and more of our focus in life as he continues to grow and his needs grow and all of that. So guys, I hope you're having a blessed day though, and I hope that the rain that was coming over the roof here didn't sound across too much on the camera. I guess I'll find out when I'm editing it. But again, hope you're having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.